stream. My name is Jules. Whenever you join me here, you are one of my treasures. Welcome to what I like to call Area 5T1, as we do talk the 5Ts on my channel. We talk about transition, we talk triathlon, we talk trends, we talk about teaching, and we talk about trucks. Today, I do want to take the stream a little bit. You could say this will blend under the teaching category. Many of you have probably read on the news, I've seen it on CNN, about an email that did come out to 2 million federal employees called the Fork in the Road email. I know many people have probably already spoken about this, but I'm going to talk about my experience with it. As always, we can continue, we can bring up other topics, but basically, I have the paper trail because I received this email. I do work for the government. I work for the Department of Veterans Affairs, and I received this, and there was not just the one email. There have been multiple others, and me, in doing more research through it, have found more articles on like frequently asked questions that were not sent to us government employees. Now, this email did go through to 2 million people in the federal government. It excluded law enforcement, Homeland Security, and mainly law enforcement officers. In my opinion, what they are doing is, and this email was modeled after an email that had gone out to Twitter after it became X. The next day, Elon Musk had sent a similar email to all the employees at Twitter, and it has been shown on the internet that it is, it was the same email almost verbatim, and pretty much now he is in charge of what's called the DOGE. It is called the Department of Government Efficiency. Now, you're welcome to, Gabrielle. The only thing is we're not allowed to spread hate here. You can give your opinion. Basically, what I am trying to do right now is inform people about this email that did go out through the government. I am a government employee. I have the paper trail here of what I received, and so I'm going to go through the email, read it, and we can analyze what it says. Now, I found, oh, thank you, Gabrielle. I do want to ask everyone, if you're new here, please do hit a like, subscribe, and comment down below, or jump into the chat box. So I received this email back, I think it was last week on Thursday. Basically, this email went out to 2 million government employees. They were looking for, I think, they want to reduce their workforce. I think only 1% of the people that received it did respond to it. So basically, in this email, the government sent it out, and they wanted people to respond by just saying resign. It was what's called a deferred resignation. So you would resign and you would be paid all the way up to September 30th. And then, and during that time you could get another job. I'm not much into basketball, Joseph, but I do like the name with the Jedi in there. Let me get my light closer so I can read this. says, during the first week of the administration, President Trump issued a number of directives concerning the federal workforce. Among these directives, the president required that employees return to in-person work. So that means people that were still working from home due to COVID, had to return. No more telework. So accountability for employees who have policy-making authority, restored accountability for senior career executives. Okay, so the reformed federal workforce will be built on around 4 pillars. Return to office. So return to office, the substantial majority of federal employees who have been working remotely since COVID and will be required to return to their physical offices 5 days a week going forward. We also expect our physical offices to undergo meaningful consolidation and divestitures, potentially resulting in physical office relocations for a number of federal workers. Now, performance culture. Actually, some of these have a good point. The federal workforce should be comprised of the best America has to offer. I agree with that statement because I believe people should be performing at their best. With me, like a nurse, being a nurse for the federal government, I wouldn't want to be hired and be able to stay there because I was a bad nurse. So we will insist on excellence at entry level. Our performance standards will be updated to reward and promote those that exceed expectations and address in a fair and open way those who do not meet the high standards, which the taxpayers of the government have a right to demand. And like I said, that is absolutely true. If I'm working my butt off to take care of my vets, some people will take a number of breaks to go do something else, and kind of slack at times. I don't want them to be able to stay there. And in many positions, if you get in with the federal government, you can stay there for a long time and it's hard to get out. Now, I think they're giving accountability. I do like that pillar right there. More streamlined and flexible workforce. While a few agencies and even branches of the military are likely to see increase in the size of their workforce, then no, you don't have to be here. I am a trans woman, and if you don't like it, you don't have to be here. You chose to come in here. The majority of federal agencies are likely to be downsized through restructurings, realignments, and reductions in force. These actions are likely to include the use of furlough and reclassification to at-will status for substantial number of federal employees. Now, that can be good and bad. For example, if he's saying about downsizing, the panel of patients, the doctor I work for, we have 120% of the number of vets we should have. So if you start downsizing, some of these doctors are going to be having, 150, maybe even 200% of the number of vets they should have, which will not be a benefit for the which is bad for the not just the doc, but also the veterans themselves. It'll create longer wait times. It'll create, you know, the care may not be as good. It just, it can be something bad. I mean, if they are reducing workforce. Um, the federal workforce should be comprised of employees who are reliable, loyal, trustworthy, and strive for excellence in their daily work, which is true. I agree with that. Like I said, there's going to be things I agree with, things I disagree with. I'm just being straightforward and honest. I'm not going to, sugarcoat things and say, no, this should be done away with. No, there are good things about this. I look at things from my perspective, and I'm a middle person that likes to look at the middle ground. I don't want to, just say, oh, well, I'm an independent voter, so I'm looking this from the middle ground, and I'm not just looking at from the extreme right or extreme left. I'm looking at this, how it's going to benefit my work and my veterans care. So is this is good because yes, they're looking for quality of care and taking care of whatever responsibility it is. Like I said, I'm a nurse at the VA, so this is it's critical that I do give the best care as possible to my veterans, which is what I strive for. When I work, I've always been told, when my father always taught me, the best worker is not the worker that does what they're told, but the worker that finds work to do. So that means you're always keep yourself busy and do. And then what's the other thing he would always say? Failure to prepare is preparing for failure. So I have all these little things in mind that I was taught, and to strive for excellence in their daily work. Okay, we said that already. Employees will be subject to enhanced standards of suitability and conduct as we move forward. Employees who engage in unlawful behavior or other misconduct will be prioritized for appropriate investigation and discipline. Hey Lena, how's it going? Thank you for jumping in here. I do have one of my moderators here, everyone. So if there's any hate mail spread, any hate comments in here, Lena does an excellent job. She comes in like a little ninja and starts taking away the hate mail. Lena, I got the paper trail about the email that was sent to all government employees. So we're talking about that. So I'm reading the email that we got for a fork in the road. So it says each of the pillars outlined above will be pursued in accordance. My pronouns are she, her, hers. Dixie, we're talking about the fork in the road email that was sent to all government employees. Or 2 million government employees. I happen to be one of them. So, I'm reading exactly what the email states. I have been objectively have been going through it, giving the good and the bad about this. And so far, it's kind of balancing out. Okay, employees will be subject to enhanced standards of sustainability. Okay, each of the pillars outlined above will be pursued in accordance to applicable law, consistent with your agency's policies, and to extent of permitted and under relevant collective bargaining agreements. So that is something that many people may not know. Us as government employees, we do have a union called the American Federation of Government Employees, the AFGE. Um, so it says, if you choose to remain in your current position, we thank you for your renewed focus on serving the American people to the best of your abilities and look forward to working together as part of the improved federal workforce. At the time, we cannot give full reassurance regarding the certainty of your position or agency, but should your position be eliminated, you will be treated with dignity and will be afforded the predictions and plan for such positions. If you choose not to continue in your current role in the federal workforce, we thank you for your service to your country, and you will be provided with a dignified, fair departure from the federal government utilizing the deferred resignation program. Yes, this is about the buyout, the fork in the road email that government employees received. Claudia, this is about the government buyout that they're offering employees. And actually, I have news that came out tonight also that I was seeing. So there, I'm getting through my paper trail here. This is real paper. I got it from work. So I've worked for the federal government. These are all the emails that were sent to everyone. And so everyone, please do hit a like, subscribe, and jump into the chat box, okay? This is probably going to be a long, it might be a lot of the same because we are, a lot of them will repeat itself. But there's going to be emails as they repeat themselves and say what offered to the employees, and then it'll like replies to it. So if you choose to continue, okay, we already talked about that. Begins with the effective. Okay, so this came out effective January 28th, and to availability of all federal employees until February 6th, which would be tonight, and would be ending in about an hour or so because it's on Eastern time. I'm not following through with it though. I haven't taken it. Yeah, many of us have been. Some people were considering it. I considered it. I thought about it a little bit, but I'm keeping my job. I make good money there. If you resign under the program, you will retain all pay and benefits regardless of your daily workload. So that means you can quit and they would continue paying you, okay, until September 30th or earlier if you choose to accelerate your resignation. So if I had gotten another job which is paying good, then you can accelerate it and just be done. The details of the resignation plan can be found below. So below they have the actual resignation plan. So of course this was sent in an email. That was the introduction to it. Then what it says here, upon review of the below deferred resignation letter, if you wish to resign, select reply to this email. You must reply for the government from your government account, and a reply of the account other than your government account will not be accepted. Then you type the word resign in the email into the body of the email and hit send. No, Jim, actually, I was reading it. I think what I saw today, I've heard 40K, I've heard 20K. So that's still only 1 to 3%, and they're looking at, they wanted more people to take it. So yeah, that's where I'm at. I thought I had heard more, but it's yeah. This when I left work, I had heard 20K. The last day to accept the deferred resignation program is February 6th, 2025, and it's supposed to be at 11:59 Eastern Time. Okay, I will have to check it out. Yeah, and that's something more I have to explain because things did change over just over the last few hours, and it wasn't emailed to us. I left work at 5:30 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, and we hadn't gotten any updates because something did change, and I did read about it. Okay, so it says deferred resignation letter. Please accept this letter as my formal resignation from employment with my employing agency effective September 30th, 2025. I understand I have rights to accelerate, but not extend my resignation. And if I wish to take advantage of the deferred resignation, I also understand that if I am or become eligible for early or normal retirement before my resignation date, I retain the right to elect early or normal retirement. Given my impending resignation, I understand I will be exempt from any return to office requirements pursuant to recent directives, and that I will maintain current compensation and retain all existing benefits, including it but not limited to retirement accounts until my final resignation date. So that means that you will continue to receive money into your TSP plan. You will continue to receive your medical, dental, and insurance, and have medications covered and all that. I am certain of my decision to resign and choice to resign is fully voluntarily. I understand by employing agency and my agency will likely make adjustments in response to my resignation, including moving, eliminating, consolidating, reassigning my position and tasks, reducing my official duties, and or placing me on paid administrative leave until the resignation date. I am committed to ensuring a smooth transition during my remaining time at the employing agency. Accordingly, I will assist my employing agency with completing reasonable and customary tasks and processes to facilitate my departure. I understand that my acceptance of this offer will be sent to the Office of Personnel Management, also known as the OPM, which will then share my agency employer. I hereby consent with OPM reviewing and forwarding my acceptance. Upon submission of your resignation, you will receive a confirmation email acknowledging receipt of your email. Any replies to that email should be for the exclusive use of accepting the deferred resignation letter. Any other replies to this email shall not be reviewed, forwarded, or retained other than required by applicable federal record laws. Okay, so that's what the fork in the road email stated. It's a deferred resignation. You can go ahead, if you wanted to resign, you can just type in the word resign in the body of your email, and you would basically, that means you resigned, but you would keep getting paid until September 30th. You would continue to receive benefits, and your 401k, or as we call it, the PSP program, would continue to be good. And I guess in the first email, the person that sent it, he said he called it deferred retirement, and he meant deferred resignation. And this letter was just an email saying that we were going to receive that one. Okay. Then you have the Q&A about it. Now the Q&A gets very vague about this because it seems like it answers some questions, but in a vague sort of way. It says the current funding bill, the federal government expires on let's see, on March 14th. Will receive I still receive full pay and benefits if the money runs out? Answer is, any government shutdown could potentially affect on employees' pay regardless if he or she accepted the deferred resignation offer. So if there's a government shutdown, it can affect it. So if people decide to take the deferred resignation, if we have a government shutdown, they may not receive their pay. Does my agency have VERA? And yes, employees who are eligible for deferred resignation offer are at least 50, age 50 with at least 20 years credible federal service, or any age with at least 25 years credible federal service are eligible for VERA, which would be retirement, along with the deferred resignation. I'm scheduled to retire soon after September 30th. Can I take advantage of the deferred resignation? If your retirement is between October 1st and December 31st, you are still eligible for deferred resignation unless your position is exempted from the deferred resignation program by your agency. If your retirement is within the window, your deferred resignation will be extended to match your retirement. Okay, if it's DEI, you gotta go. You don't have to be here. Okay. How can I make it clear that I would resign and retire, not just resign? You're welcome to type resign and retire. Plain and simple. Is there a federal government I can sign with my agency? Is there a formal government agreement I can sign with my agency reflecting the terms of this offer? Oh, yeah, I know they've done away with that. And actually, I will tell you, no W, that I think people should get jobs because they're better qualified. For example, I'm a nurse, and I'll tell you, I'm a good nurse. I know I am. I have 13 years ER experience out in the private sector. I did many years as a road medic, and I wouldn't want someone chosen over me just because of diversity. I have skills, and I'm empathetic and care for my veterans. Okay, if you are okay, it's a federal. Okay, if you are eligible for deferred resignation program and you accept it, your agency can execute paperwork reflecting the terms. Does the deferred resignation program comply with all records? Cure, I didn't get any deportation letter. Why would I get a deportation letter? I was born here in the United States. Okay, does a deferred resignation program comply with all records and privacy laws? Okay, yes, the deferred resignation program uses only basic contact information about federal employees. Hey, Avita, how's it going? Talking about good old deferred resignation here. I've got the paper trail that I've received from the government. And this was, I think, the first letter we received. It says on January 28th, 2025, the OPM, or the Office of Personnel Management, sent an important federal workforce to all full-time federal workforce employees. The announcement of a legitimate, oh no, this is where they were telling us it was legit, is legitimate and can be trusted. OPM launched a government-wide deferred resignation program. Deferred resignation is available to all full-time federal employees unless the position is excluded by the agency. The program provides employees with an option to submit a deferred resignation letter with resignation effective on September 30th, 2025. Deferred resignation exempts those employees who choose to resign from return to office requirements. So once again, it goes that telehealth workers can no longer do telehealth. Yep, and having a stroke is a big deal. Was he able to receive the clot buster medication, or was he beyond the 3-hour window? Hello everyone, welcome to my stream. My name is Jules. As always, you are a treasure here. Please do drop a like, subscribe to the channel. Just know that today one of my major topics is I am talking about the... Good evening, Teresa, welcome. Tonight I am focusing a little bit on this fork in the mail, fork in the road email that we received at the federal government. Many of you who are my subs know I am a nurse with the VA, and there's been a lot of things developed today about this. When I was reading today, I did look at one news channel network, and they were saying only out of 2 million federal workers, only only 20,000 had accepted it. So that's about 1%. I just had someone tell me it was 60,000, oh no, I'm not taking it. As of now, I'm not. I kind of thought about it at one point, but I just, because I thought, well, I could probably, it's easy to get a job if you're a nurse, but I love working for my veterans, and thank you for the 10 likes, you guys. We're jamming today. I like working for my veterans. I do, I enjoy working for the federal government. It's great benefits. Um, and, I really like the crew I work with. So I wouldn't give it up. You know, but my big thing is if they don't, I think if not enough people leave, what's going to turn around and happen is that they may turn around and find who's down at the bottom of the totem pole and say, pull you into the office. Um, and and then they might go, well, where this is how I fear it may go. Right now, you have your option to resign. Next option will be, okay, we can let you go, or we can, or we can, or you can resign. It may come to that, and then later on, they might just do cuts in the workforce. So, Claudia, I have been with the VA close to just about 5.5 years now. Oh, yeah, actually, I might be going on 6 now in April. Now, the big thing that comes here is into play. Here at the New Mexico VA, I have only been here, what, a year or 13 months. So if they look at it by facility, I'm probably low man on the totem pole. If they look at it by years worked, I may have a little more pull. Thank you for 11 likes, you guys. Thank you. Let's keep going. Let's try to make 15 likes. So that's why I'm trying to see what's gonna happen, because are they gonna escalate it from being a voluntary deferred retirement to where they're gonna pull you in the office? We can let you go, or you can take deferred resignation. Or later on, they might say, we got to let you go because of the cuts. So I'm trying to see where it's going to go. Okay, so employees who accept the deferred resignation have their duties reassigned or eliminated and be placed on paid administrative leave. Administrative leave is what you just basically you do nothing. Pretty much you're on a long vacation getting paid, and then the Department of Veterans Affairs determines that it is necessary for the employees to continue performing their duties. Additionally, VA may determine that certain positions are excluded from the program based on the needs of the department. Okay, so that's that one. So that's where the VA kind of cleared up a little bit, saying, well, if you're needed, then yeah. So in total time in service, I have 5 to 6 years. So here's another one where it's another Q&A. So these have been, I guess, questions that people asked after they started really looking at it, and it says, am I expected to work at my government job during the deferred resignation period? And they say no. Plain and simple, just no. Am I allowed to get a second job? So you can get a second job during that time. I think the only problem would be that it doesn't have a conflict of interest with the VA. I actually, it was, yeah, that's what I understand. No. I did read somewhere where it kind of reads that way. That's why I was kind of looking at that, it's all in the verbiage when you really start looking at it. Will I really get my full pay and benefits? And it says, yes, you will get a cure, further personal leave days, vacation days, etc., and be paid out for unused leave at your final resignation date. Well, thank you, Teresa. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the stream. You're on with Jules. As always, you are a treasure here. Please do hit a like and subscribe to the channel. Today, we are talking about the deferred resignation mail or email that was sent to government employees. And it's not just one email. I have the whole paper trail of emails. I printed them from my computer at work just so I could keep it. In case other things come up, or if I was to take it, or just to make sure I had my paper trail of what it actually says. So I'm just reading it verbatim from what's on here. There's been subtle changes that have been going on today. So there's a lot of things I've seen on the news pop up. I hadn't received anything about what happened today, and no, I've only been at the VA for 5 to 6 years. No, I don't. I like my job. I love my job. No, I love my job. Why do you think I'm a nurse? I love to help people. Every job I've ever had has been about helping people. Whether it was from rescuing them from drowning in the ocean to rescuing them from a car accident to doing their uh, their care in the emergency room to now being a primary care nurse. I even worked at SeaWorld, so to making sure that someone enjoyed their day at a park that they're gonna, that's their vacation, and something that they're gonna enjoy the rest of their lives. It's you have to make that day enjoyable and make sure that you do make a memory for a person, no matter what the experience is. That's what a job should be. Actually, I only know of 2 people that are taking it, and they are registration people. As you walk in to register for your appointment, only 2 of them, and they're very young. One girl said she would probably go to hairdressing schools, and the other one, she is pregnant, so I think she was gonna decide to take it. And then, can I take an extended vacation while on administrative leave? And that is yes, also. So in other words, you can go on vacation during this time. You wouldn't be expected to come back. Okay, so let's see. This was more frequently asked questions. Okay, we've already talked about if you had normal retirement coming, if you could take the deferred resignation. We said yes. That's retirement. And here's offering why the deferred resignation is being offered, and it says federal workforce um, is expected to undergo significant new real term changes. As a result of these changes, you may wish to depart the federal government on terms that provide you with a sufficient time and economic security to plan your future. Talks about who is eligible, which we've talked about. Yeah, you're right about ending up in a different tax bracket. I completely get you. I mean, because I did think I would love to work at my doctor's office. Just that, like right now, they don't have openings. You know, and it also depends on one, how long it takes you to get that another job, and two, if uh, you know, um, what kind of job you get, and many things like that. So yeah, but I do understand about putting you in another tax bracket. Okay, here's a pretty good question. It says, what did I do if I did not receive the deferred resignation? Uh, Visit the OPM website where you can review the email. Okay. Okay. What happens if I don't reply? That means you don't resign. What happens if was I unapproved to leave? Um, so obviously you still qualify for it, but it was only good till today. Let's see, we are at 8. It would be still. It was only good. It would only have 1 hour left for people to make their decision, and you have to send it from federal email. So. And yeah, here's where it's saying what time. What if I accept and later change my mind? Employees have the right to request so if you decide to change your mind, you had said yes and decide to change your mind, they can rescind it. So you could change your mind during that time. And they cannot extend it. Okay, it says the terms of the deferred letter do not allow for an extension of the final resignation date. So they have not extended the resignation date. Let's see this message from the acting secretary of the VA. So this is just, again, it's just explaining the breakdown of it, that you would receive pay until September 30th if you received it. Okay, so this one is on February 4th, so that was 2 days ago. They did send this one. Hello, David. Welcome to the stream. We've been talking the deferred resignation email, the fork in the road, as they call it, that government employees received. I happen to work for the federal government, so this was just kind of a Okay, no, you have a good night. So this was just kind of an update that's saying that it expired tonight, or expires in about an hour. Um, so that's when you had to have everything in, and I think that's the same email. I made copies of everything. So on this is an email, or one thing I found online right off of Google myself. This was not sent to us via email, which is kind of, I thought was kind of shady. We are members of, uh, many employees, I should say, not most, but many employees of the federal government, especially um, uh, at the VA, did not I know we didn't receive this. Thank you, Lena. This is frequently asked questions from our union. Now, the AFGE is our union, or the American Federation of Government Employees. They put out their own question and answer, and they are very thorough in this. And I was just looking up stuff about the fork in the road email online peacefully, and I found this. It was like the third one down. And sure enough, it says, what is a deferred resignation program? And it explains it. But when it starts getting, and then it talks about, is it a buyout? And it says, no, the program is not a buyout. It is a voluntary separation incentive program, a VISP is what we'll call it. Instead of, it purports to offer employees the ability to submit a deferred resignation and claims employment that to do will continue to receive pay while still working with until September 30th. Notably, however, the program contains no guarantees that an employee's resignation will be accepted. So that is something. No, I don't. Digger. So basically, they don't guarantee that you will receive everything. And see, this was strange that this was not handed to us or even sent in an email to us, but I found it on the internet, on Google. If an employee chooses to accept the program, are they required to work during the deferred resignation period? There may be OPM statements that are conflicting on this point. According to OPM, email and letters and employees will be required to work in person but may be assigned remote work duties. The OPM frequently asked questions also suggests that employees will not be required to work except in rare cases. I bet you I'd be one of the rare cases because I'm a nurse. Without deferring what constitutes rare cases, at that time the frequently asked questions described the deferred resignation is a nice vacation. So, like I said, uses vague language. Can an employee take another job during the deferred resignation? It says the frequently asked questions that the resignation letter does not explicitly prohibit outside employee. However, existing policies such as an agency-specific policy, regulations, requirements, and authorizations for outside work are likely to apply. So it would apply to like a conflict of interest. So if you worked for a vendor of the VAs and you went and got a job with them, you'd be violating this. So yes, if you were to take the deferred resignation, started working another place that they consider would be a conflict of interest, sure enough, they could turn around and use it against you and said you violated it. So they didn't word it that way in the other email. That's why I'm glad I found this one. Nope, they didn't mail any of this. This union one, Claudia, I found it. I found it online just by coincidence. I just happened to be playing on and looking at stuff about it on like CNN and stuff, and boom, I saw something that said AFGE, deferred resignation program, and I printed that thing up right away. Is the federal Are all federal employees eligible for the program? No. Employees in positions related to immigration enforcement, national security, as well as those in any position specifically excluded by their employing agencies are not eligible. United States Postal Services employees and military personnel are also excluded. There is no guidance on how employees can confirm their eligibility of if their agency has specific exclusions. So basically what they're saying is they're not very clear on who can take it. Now, if you saw that, they said immigration enforcement. They did say, but immigration enforcement, obviously military, U.S. Postal Service, and what was the other one? And national security. So when I started really thinking about when I read that, and the next morning I was driving to work, and I have a friend that calls me when I'm driving to work every morning. I said, I was really looking at this, and I said, let's look at the departments that got told that they could not resign. So we're looking at the fact that it doesn't say that medical people cannot resign, that, many critical needs positions can't resign. They didn't say that. But they're saying that immigration enforcement and national security, what's happening here, in my theory, my opinion, is they're probably going to take the money from the workforce that they cut and put it into those programs. So if a nurse stops working and say they make $50,000 a year, they're going to take those $50,000 and start adding it to that budget. So if you have, so if you right now, they say there's 20,000 employees that have put in for this deferred resignation, and we could say that, let's see, just say that they make 40,000 a year, just to make it fair, So we got 40. That's 800. That would be almost close to it. 40, and that's 8 times. Let's see, 20,000. That's 40. That's that would be like $8 million. So that's already a good chunk of change that's already going towards the, starting that would go towards those budgets. Then you got to think about the insurance that they wouldn't be paying for those, won't be going for those people, or what they would be getting in their TSP. There's many things that would, that they save on those employees not working. So you have to, think of everything that goes to one employee working. Now think of 20,000. Like I said, that's what I heard when I was at work today, that 20,000 so far had taken in. That is 1% of the workforce. Well, Slater, maybe my low testosterone and high estrogen do. And the way I feel. So okay, so let's go on and say, will employees who opt out be protected from termination before the resignation date? Nothing in the program documentation reports to prohibit the termination. Nothing purports to prohibit the termination of separation of an employee who accepts deferred resignation. While the OPM email suggests that the employee will maintain their compensation and benefits until the effective date of their resignation date, it does not explicitly state that the employees are shielded from layoffs or other adverse actions. So here it's stating, thank you for the 12th like. If you're new here, please do leave a like, subscribe to the channel. As you can see, today's kind of today's a little bit of a different day here on my channel on Jules Treasures, Area 5T1, as we are talking about the deferred resignation program given to employees. I have been going through the paper trail that I received at work as a federal employee about this fork in the road email and other things that I found doing my own research. And that's where I'm at. This paper, these questions and answers were made by the American Federation of Government Employees, which is our labor union. And there are a bunch of questions that actually were never, and answers that were never given to us, which is kind of unfair, because had I not done my, detailed research through, hello Joe, research on the internet, I would have never found this. So yeah, there's a way so right there what I'm saying is it does not explicitly state that employees are shielded from layoffs. So they could turn around and say that they're going to lay off people, and boom, they stop paying you. So that's there's a catch right there. What happens if the agency requires an employee to continue working despite the OPM's frequently asked questions stating that continued work should be rare? States that it will only be in rare cases. The program details across are different. OPM's documents if an agency insists on continued work employees. So that would be like rare cases would be, I would think that is, for example, myself being a nurse, they would probably have me keep working through the end date. That is my guess. Now, I may be wrong. Uh, so, I know it's halted a lot of people from transferring from one job to another. Uh, One of the people in my right there where we sit, it's 4 doctors' offices, and technically each doctor's team should have a registration person, and 2 young ladies sit off to one end, and we have one gentleman that sits by ours, and they're both thinking of. I think they've already said yes to this deferred resignation, and he would have taken a job in another department. They froze his job in the other department because now the other 2 may be going, so have to keep them down there. Uh, and he had already accepted the other job. What legal resources do employees have if the government does not honor their terms of deferred resignation? Or legal recourse. It is unclear what recourse, if any, employees might have if the government fails to honor the terms of those deferred resignation. There is no certainty that the statements made in the OPM program documents will be legally enforceable, even if an email and frequently asked questions pages are integrated as an implied contract of offer. There is no guarantee that such a claim would be enforceable. For example, while each case will be in fact specific, resignation is generally considered to be a voluntary action. So basically, they're not guaranteeing that the government will honor this and that it would be enforceable in any way. The union's telling us that. How can employees ensure that the administration will follow through on this program? Given the inconsistencies between programs, various documents issued by OPM, as well as the ambiguous and conflicting language regarding work obligations and exclusions, there is no guarantee that the claims in the program will be honored by the government. The program may also face legal challenges that could alter the terms of all or portions of the program. Employees who opt to the program will be at the mercy of the administration of the program, whose claims contain inconsistencies and lack stated legal Texas repo. I'm not saying about a free ride. I'm just talking about what the government, this fork in the road email. I am reading something from being a government employee. That's the last thing I thought is a free ride. But basically, I'm talking from where I work, which is the federal government, what they've told us and how inconsistent their language was through their emails, that it is not clear as to what is being offered. So if you were to take this deferred resignation and the language, like I stated from the very beginning, from the very first email, even before I read the first words, I said it is very vague, and it is vague. So, they use the word may a lot. May can be like, it may happen or it may not happen. So I always look at it that way. So I have not opted for this. I will tell you, yes, I thought about it a couple of times. I thought, yeah, I could decide, guess what? I will leave the Fed and go to a different medical job, and then I could be making money from both. But either way, I'd be doing something I enjoy. I enjoy taking people, taking care of people. So it's either way, but I am not gonna right now. It's a no. But right after I finish with this, I'm gonna tell where it is heading right now, because there were some, like I said, right now only 1% of government employees have taken this. Only 20,000 have actually typed in resign to the email. And that's what I said, Claudia. Yeah, when I started reading it, I found it very vague. And the thing is, I believe they actually purposely did that. So it sounded good to some people, and it would lead them into saying, "Oh yeah, right away, resign." I wouldn't doubt it. And as you, like I said, the people that they aren't allowing to take resignation, deferred resignation, military, um, U.S. Postal Service, uh, any type of national security job, and what are the things that are being beefed up right away from day one. So basically, they're going to take away from other jobs from other people to to use the money there. It only shows that. So me as a medical professional that helps people that have gone out and served our countries, our country, and they have served by even whether it's in Iraq, Afghanistan, Vietnam, and all of that. Even some people that I work with, like I said, I know 2 people taking this. I don't know of any nurses just yet, but this, may have another draining effect on the VA. And I can say we're short-staffed. We are short-staffed. Since I joined, they did a big hiring spree when I joined, and they are still short-staffed. My supervisor the other day she said she was like 13 to 16 people short. She was very, very stressed. But we do with what we can do. We work with each other to make it happen. So okay, so now the last 2 questions. Number 10 is saying, is there an assurance that the promised continued salary will be funded? And it says no, nothing in the OPM documentation contains such an assurance. Moreover, because current appropriations for most civilian agencies are set to expire March 14th, 2025, it is not guaranteed agencies affected by the current appropriations bill will continue to have adequate funding for the promised salary beyond the bill's expiration. So even at that, imagine if we see a government shutdown coming up, what will happen? Am I going to go to work and not receive pay? I mean, I would do it, but okay, what actions can locally and councils take to protect bargaining and local employees? So this is what basically what our collective bargaining and union can do. Consider filing requests under, and then they give a certain rule. It says 5 USC 7114B4, considering filing a demand to bargain over the program. Consider grievances alleging the program violates terms of the collective bargaining agreement or regulations. For example, regulations concerning administrative leave, and locals and councils also have basis for grievance or unfair labor practices, charge aligning or alleging, among more things, by a bypass of the union and respect to the communications about the program directed to employees. So that is my paper trail there. Now, this afternoon that I was at work, I left work 4 hours ago. I had caught up on my work, and I kept looking at what they call alerts and my secure messaging, which is where my vets can send me a message and ask, certain questions, see if certain things have been, if we can make appointments for them, or if the doctor can order something for them and stuff like that. And between there, I would kind of jump on and look. I'm a CNN person. For some reason, I guess because it was from my era, CNN was the first major news network. And so when I went on there, it said that I think I just Googled it really. I saw one article stating that only when you read into it, only 1% of employees had taken it, which is 20,000. I will look it up right now because someone just did come in saying it was 60,000, which would be 3% of employees because it was sent out to 2 million. And that actually a federal court judge had done a stay on the order, and that it was frozen, so it doesn't expire tonight at 11:59 Eastern time. As of now, what I am noting is that right now federal employees have until the 10th at Eastern time, 11:59 Eastern time. But Monday, when they go back to court, and obviously the AFGEs and other unions throughout the government are fighting or making their case, they are it may change. It may give people a little more extended time to decide, because some people were trying. Like I said, this came out on the 28th, which was last week. It was just about a week ago, and it was giving you only till today. So that was about 7 days, and a lot of people kind of just ignored it. And I think it was amazing. That paper trail is probably about 10 emails, and I think it is a lot to take in and not read. Some people were just deleting it right out of their email and not realizing what it said. When I started reading more into it, I sat down and read and did my research. I started doing my research online, started looking what other people had to say. I started, and like I said, I found things on Google that they never sent us. Like the question and answers from our union. Why is it that the union had a memo out, but why didn't it come through our emails? Usually they will do that. The union is allowed to do that. So was it redirected? You know, so that's what the union is there to protect us. So uh, why didn't it come that way? I don't know. Um, yeah, like I said, for many people, a deferred resignation is tempting, but what happens is you don't find all the little nuances about it. You know, there's little things here and there hiding in the verbiage that people won't catch. So, you know, people might be reading in black and white, but then there'll be something in gray, like I said, it might be the word may do this or may do that. And if you don't read it correctly, that's where it can bite you in the end. Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Jules. As always, you are a treasure. I'm just finishing up here. I have been talking about, it's an hour and a half now. I have been focusing on the deferred resignation that had been sent to 2 million federal employees. I know I am a federal employee, so I received the email. I printed the emails, the series of emails, and I have, you know, reviewed it here. If you want to, you know, watch this stream later on, again, if you haven't, please do so. It's talking about, you know, what this email was about. I thought I would do a little bit different. Usually on my channel, we focus a lot on what I call the 5 T's. We talk about transition, we talk triathlon, which we're going to start getting to a little more, my treasures, this weekend. We're going to start doing some workouts, not necessarily running, but I've got some equipment. No problem, Lena. I thought it would be interesting. I was actually going to go out and hand out beanies, but I'm saving that tomorrow. I got an idea for tomorrow. I'm probably going to go over to the Transgender Resource Center and hand some out there. So a lot of people that go there are homeless, so I will be handing. If I don't do it, then I will probably go out in the evening and hand out some beanies to the homeless. I have about 40 ready to go, and I have about 18 more coming in the mail. I still have 18 more pairs of gloves sitting there, so I will film video of doing the work. When I say doing the work is, it's been a mission some friends of mine and I have started, is to blanket and make people that are homeless warm. We both, well, many of us live here in the Mountain Standard Time, and we have been working on helping people get warm. I've been handing out fleece beanies. Now, this is the one and only orange one. This one, I don't have it in my bag with the other beanies because I'm giving bright yellow ones to the people who have received them. All the money for these beanies has come out of my pocket, and it has been last week or the week before, I went out and gave away like 40 beanies with 40 pairs of gloves, and it had been cold those nights. We were out, it was out in the 30s. My friend out in Salt Lake City, Utah, he's been giving out blankets, and he has been wrapping people up in blankets. And a new thing he did last week was buy Red Baron pizzas. He cooked them all at home, put 2 slices in foil, and then he was giving those to the homeless. You know, and so it was, you know, another good thing he did. Like I said, tomorrow I might try the Resource Center. If last few times I've tried to go by there, nobody's been there. But I'm gonna give it another try because there's always a lot of homeless waiting outside, and I'll give some to them. I'm game to give some to anybody. That's what this mission of Reason is about. Um, Please, as always, please do hit a like, subscribe, jump into the comments. Please subscribe to the channel. If you ever see, oh wow, we've gotten 4 subscribers. I do want to thank everyone for subscribing. We are seeing growth on this channel. We are doing fantastic lately. If you do join us, please stay with us. We always, and I say us and we because I mean my subs and myself. This channel is not about me, it is about all of you. And remember, on my channel, you are a treasure, whether you're a new subscriber, you're a visitor, or a long-time subscriber. Now, like I said, we've talked about the whole fork in the road email that did go out. The last thing I do want to say and kind of summarize with it, it was basically a deferred resignation given to to federal employees only if you were not immigration enforcement, national security, or U.S. Postal Service. Everyone else was sent this email. Everyone else qualified for it. I'm a VA nurse, and yes, it was sent to me, and I qualified for it. I did not take it. That's my phone reminding me to take medications, which I will do afterwards. Now, in this email was actually verbatim from who our new, I guess, he is the director of the Department of Government Efficiency, and then that is I believe it's a whole new department that has been brought up, and that person is Elon Musk. So basically, it's a department to see where the federal workforce can be basically be trimmed to save money. Now, I think that many of the funds that they will be cutting will be funneled in another direction because there were. And like I said, this is my opinion. You can put yours in the comments as long as we keep things respectful. I don't mind people commenting. But in my opinion is that money that goes out from one area always goes into another. And they focused on keeping 3 different jobs there. And yet others can be taken away. So it kind of shows to me what I see is that from one pot, it's going to be put in the other. So if I leave as a nurse, it's going to be given to immigration enforcement or national security. Yes, we need to keep our nation secure, but I need to take care of my vets. That's what I believe. There's no other way around it. The care of my veterans and all these people are people that have, protected our country. Well, first of all, rep stuff. 1, I'm not a teacher. 2, I don't believe in God. and that's it. So yeah, I that's why I am not taking this offer, because my vets are, when it comes to, you know, doing my job, that is the first important thing, and um, they need as much help as they can, because they are already uh, they're already shorted on a lot of things at the VA. I will tell you that one of the first things happened upon the new administration. Federal workforce was frozen. Many jobs were taken off of USA Jobs, and now they are eliminating some of them, and some of them that may be of very good use. And I know of, I'm starting to hear of certain VA jobs that are getting eliminated, which were excellent programs. Hey, Demon Wolf, how are you today? Welcome to the stream. Wow, this stream is going by quick. I guess I haven't stopped talking. Yeah, I hadn't even looked at the time. I'm good. We're having a good stream today. We've hit like 254 views. Uh, but I guess it was a good topic. People coming in, because I was talking about the fork in the road email sent to many, to 2 million federal employees, including myself. So it was, um, you know, I gave the details of it. I made a big paper trail from all the emails. Lena, you're fantastic. Did I ever tell you that? So I was just kind of reviewing all the documents that I had and all the questions and answers, especially if there's other federal employees out here that, you know, that may not have had certain details, because I investigated every avenue and found details that were not sent to us. So people need to know, you know, what wasn't sent out there. I did, I was, around this time, I was going to go out and, oh, what happened, Demon Wolf? Tonight, right around this time, I was probably going to go out and hand out some beanies and gloves, but uh, I also wanted to do this stream. I've got, I think, like 30 pairs of beanies and gloves sitting there, ready to go. How many push-ups? What? Oh, some epistaxis. Um, what'd you end up doing? Hello, everyone. Welcome to the stream. You're on with Jules. You know what, Dakota? I probably couldn't. Honestly. I do need to start working out more. It's not abnormal for some women to be able to do push-ups. I had a friend and she could do, I think, close to 10 handstand push-ups. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the stream. Well, when I was in elementary school, I could do 40 consecutive. But see, when I was in school, we actually had real PE. So nowadays, it's not like it used to be. What do you mean presidential club? Yeah, and how did you go get it stopped at the ER, or did you just stop it yourself by pinching your nose? As you're always supposed to pinch your nose right at the bridge up here. Pinch the nose, look down, and it should stop. Don't bring it upward because then it goes down towards the throat. I was in the 80s. I was in elementary. So 70s and 80s. And I've been a swimmer all my life. So once I started working out again, which I bought some workout equipment here, also, you guys, another update by Jules here. I'm down 10 pounds now in a month. Right now, just on diet. So now we'll start the workout. And some friends at work and I have been taking walks down at the VA that I work at. There is a track, and if you walk it, I think 8 times, it's a mile. So I'm down 10 pounds. I don't know if I'm in the lead on the weight loss challenge at work. Now it comes to the advantage if I start, I've got some Pilates equipment, like a Pilates bar and some stretch cords. If I, yeah, I am. I'm actually starting to see shape in the body without even having worked out yet. I'm actually starting to see the lines of my abs, Lena, slowly, and I'm starting to feel all my pants are. I have to readjust my belts. They're so. Yes, if you want to do a GLP-1, they they work as long as you follow the plan. Remember, there's a plan in everything. And yes, you have to follow it so it can come together. Because that was the big thing with me, was to, um, you know, because I I probably lost one today. Um I'll have to check tomorrow's weight. But see, remember, you guys, I'm gonna tell you this, when you're doing a weight loss plan and trying to lose weight, always remember your true weight is when you wake up in the morning, go use the bathroom, and after you use the bathroom, before you shower, so in other words, you take all your clothes off, get ready to shower, get on the scale after going to the bathroom. And that is your true weight. You have nothing on, and then you do it the same time every day. That's how to truly weigh yourself. You cannot, in the middle of the day, if you do it, you've already had meals, you're probably feeling full, stuff like that. So the true weight is only when you have an empty bladder, empty stomach, and no clothes on. Honestly, that's how I tell my patients, and that's how they always tell me, oh, can we take a few pounds off of that? Because I weighed myself this morning and I weighed this much. So Well, you guys, we are at 634 subs. I want to keep thanking everyone. We are doing fantastic. Um, so here's what I bought for myself, and you guys probably saw it on my last Temu haul. This is what I call my luminary beanie. This is my beanie, so when I go hand out beanies to the homeless, I'll be wearing this. This looks kind of symbol to the Church of Korihor, kind of like their symbol. So that way it can look like I'm representing. Um, I think it's a pretty cool little beanie I got, and I'll be wearing red gloves. I would like to have gone tonight because but I do have a red half parka. So speaking of which. Yeah, I had a message from Joe. Okay, I was just looking at a Facebook message from a friend. Uh, he he's the other one. He's one of the others that were doing work to get the homeless warm in our respective areas. Albuquerque's starting to warm up a little bit at night. It is still dropping to the 30s and 40s. Um, so, you know, I'm still gonna do and go and hand out beanies and gloves to the homeless. So, you know, it's been fun. I will film another video tomorrow. I figured out what'll will happen to do is I've got a little like where I put my phone when I run, so it can you know, I can have it as a you know, to listen to music and all the different stuff. So I'm gonna have it there, and I'm gonna be using it as a camera. No, I haven't seen your strawberry cookie, gingerbread. Welcome to the stream, though. Please do leave a like and subscribe to the channel. You're on with Jules. As always, you are a treasure here. Hello everyone, welcome to the stream. You're on with Jules. You are a treasure here. Please do leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Remember, you're in Area 5T1 where we do talk to 5Ts. We talk about transition, we talk triathlon, we talk teaching and tips, and we talk trucks. To break down each category, I do talk about transition, as I'm a 54-year-old transgender woman. I like to participate in triathlon. That's why we talk about triathlon. There will definitely be a training, some exercise videos this weekend. Then the next thing will be trends are different types of clothing I like to wear. Today I'm very casual. I'm in my red t-shirt. Red does stand for Remember Everyone Deployed. I work for the Department of Veterans Affairs, but just because they're not veterans, we should not forget those that are deployed at this time, which there are definitely troops deployed right now, and they might be within our country. They might be down at the border, but you know, they're deployed doing work, and even at the border they can get shot at because of the cartels. I will share this. Yes, I believe they should do what is necessary to block the cartels from trafficking drugs in, but yet find a neutral way to bring in the people that do want to work. all these people that are being deported, I'm going to give my opinion. I know many of you may have different ones, but we got to remember these are people that come in here to do honest work. Um, I used to live in San Diego, California. My dad and I would take walks on the weekend into this canyon, and you'd see these illegal immigrants crossing the border. And thank you, Demon Wolf, for that comment. Um, so when you would talk to them, these people are just honestly coming to get a job, and most of them do the jobs that most people won't do, or they work for a minimum amount of money. I will tell you, living in Florida, when we had big hurricanes, who do you think would shingle all the roofs afterwards when the roofing companies were getting lots of contracts? How do you think they got those roofs shingled? It was they were these roofing companies. There's a corner in Fort Myers where these guys will sit. They will wait for the guy to come around with his van, pick them up, and take them over to the work site, and they'll work. It happens every day. I could drive you to that corner. Well, I can't drive you to that corner right now because it's on the other side of the country, but I could tell you exactly which corner it's at. They're just sitting there waiting for someone to pick them up to do work. And you know what? They are hard workers. We had someone with a fencing company come do our fence after Hurricane Ian. Those two guys worked their behinds off putting up our fence. They did an excellent job over the previous company that came and did our fence after Hurricane Irma. Those people chose to leave the posts. We had a wooden fence first. They just cut at the wood base and then just left that concrete from that in and just cemented next to it. After the second fence, after Hurricane Ian, these guys took out everything that the other people forgot to, or were too lazy to, and built us a brand new fence. It took them 2 days, but they did an excellent job. Excellent. And they were from Peru, I believe. I don't know if they were undocumented or not. I'm not going to judge, but they did an excellent job, and they were probably getting paid next to nothing. Now, also think about who picks your produce. Your produce is picked by many people that are undocumented, and they follow the routes for the seasons of certain produce. They know when like citrus is gonna be in season, when certain vegetables are gonna be in season, and they travel nomadically in those regions and will go pick the produce, and they do it for a small amount. And if you ever watch videos of them, they do it fast because they get paid by the amount that they pick. It's like car salesmen get paid by how many cars they sell. And these guys will pick real quick, run over, grab another basket, and they do it fast. And if you were to ever watch it, it would be amazing how many people, now that we're deporting these people, will want to go out and do the job of picking the produce in the fields for less, and what are these people, what are people going to be asking? They're going to be asking for the minimum wage, which is around $15 an hour. So if you're paying people $15 an hour to pick produce, you're about to probably double the price of produce, because supply and demand. If you can't pick it, then you won't have it in the grocery stores. Oh, you beat me to it, Lena. So that's my take on it. Yes, stop the flow of drugs. Stop the flow of drugs. Yes, stop the people that are coming in. Anita, you were just in here and you were spreading some very crude comments. So please refrain from doing so. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the stream. You're on with Jules. As always, you are a treasure here. Please do hit a like and subscribe to the channel. We are doing great tonight. We did have a very good conversation earlier. I was talking about the fork in the road email that did go out to many federal employees, including myself. Yes, I am a federale. So, I was just kind of giving the ins and outs of it. All the emails that were sent, responding to it, and all the frequently asked questions. Go ahead, Demon Wolf. Okay, just fell. That's fine. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the stream. You're on with Jules. As always, you are a treasure here. Please do leave a like and subscribe. I usually post it in my channel board. So people can usually see it on on the dashboard. Let's put it this way. On the weekends, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sundays, I always go live. Tonight was a little later than usual, but I usually try to start at 7. I know I probably would have gone later tonight had I gone out to hand out beanies and gloves to the homeless. Yeah, I know, and sometimes times change because of work, or maybe it's taking me a little longer to do other things that I have around the house. I love to do my streams. You guys are my treasures. I don't want to let you guys down, and yeah, I'm big on doing my streams. I love doing the streams. I think it's a great way for me to be an advocate for many people. It is a way to spread the word. For those of you that are trans, I do want to say, my friend was asking me today, if I wanted to get, since he wants me to find a way to see about getting some trans in or to come and I want to do I'm trying to find more trans influencers and maybe do a big live stream where there'd be like at least 5 to 10 of us here. I know one of my friends right now has agreed that we're going to do a live stream together. Now at this time she is in Arizona, so when she gets back, we'll do that. Yeah, and I'm gonna reach out to a lot of them, Lena. I want to like reach out to like Samantha Lux. I want to reach out to Erin. I know Charlotte, remember she agreed to do one with me. Um, I don't know if we'll do that one live, like me and her from her place or what. Um, you know, I've already contacted one person that I see or watch online frequently. Um, so yeah, I do want to, I think we need to bring everybody together to form some type of coalition to help, you know, to fight for our rights. I know I'm sounding like a Beastie Boy there, but yeah, we need to protect our rights, and it needs to be talked in an open forum. I think I'm really gonna, I want to reach out to all these people. I may be a small channel compared to them, but I want to show that the small channel can make a difference. Um, just like you see Alf right there, good old Alf. Well, you are in Area 5T1. You should see my new rug for the entryway. It looks just like this sign. It's pretty cool. Oh, nobody gets my Alf. I've had that guy since the 90s. It's probably older than some of you. I actually met the producer of Elf, Paul Fusco. I met Paul Fusco. He, his, I used to date a young lady, and her mom worked for the producer of Elf. And at the time, uh, I was, back then was the heyday of being in mini truck clubs. And I had my mini truck. It was a Nissan hardbody. Mine was actually lifted. And I was in a car club that the big thing was that you would put back then we used to do airbrushed logos, and you had your airbrushed logos. No racial slurs, no. Uh, and you have your airbrush logo, and then you would get like an airbrushed character, um, and so I had Alf on mine, and I actually had Rhonda on the other side, because Rhonda, if you ever watched the Alf cartoon, that was his girlfriend. Help me, Rhonda. So yeah, I had Alf and Rhonda on my back window. Um, and he actually got to see that. So I almost gave him the window off my car. I was going to take it off and then go buy a new one. Thank you for the 15th like, whoever did hit that 15th like. Appreciate it very much. Welcome to the stream. Please, everyone, if you're just joining here, please do drop a like, subscribe to the channel. This is a small channel. We're slowly growing. Right now, what we're trying to do is actually, yes, I love the fact that we're getting more subs. What we're trying to do is we're now at 1,508 hours of watch hours. Let's try to make that 3,000 mark. Once we hit that, and today I haven't put our merch link because I do have merch available. But today was really important in talking about what the government has done, and sent out to their employees. Um, so that's why I wanted to come on here. I was going to do it today because today was the last day for the fork in the road email. In other words, to respond whether you would do your deferred resignation or not. And sure enough, uh, it was halted in federal court. Now, it was halted in federal court right now. From what I understand, it's only through the 10th. So Monday at 11:59 p.m. Eastern time, you have until that time. If you are a federal employee, you can opt into the deferred resignation if you would like to. But if you want to know all the caveats to it, rewatch this video. I will make sure it's public so people can watch it. It's public right now, but a lot of times after we end the stream, it goes and becomes private. So I turn around and make it public again so more people can watch it. I try to make it as informative as possible. This is a very critical thing for many government employees. Trust me, I had my thoughts of typing up. I shouldn't even say type up the email. I should say type up the word and just put resign in there, because I thought to myself, I can go get a medical job anywhere and it's that easy. But then I thought it through and I did my research, and there's a lot of caveats to the email. Many things that should have been sent to the government employees weren't. Hello, how are you? Welcome to the stream. Please do hit a like and subscribe to the channel. We have, let's see. Let's try to get 4 more subscribers. If we do, that'll be 10 new subs in this channel. So if we get 4 more, that would be excellent. I mean, like I always say, we are a slow growing channel. But we're trying to, basically here, we're a family, yet we, do, when we respect each other, we're, honest with many things, or we try to be as honest as possible on this channel. And like when we have something like what I was reviewing today, I got the facts. I went out and all the emails that I read on today, I got them straight from the government. I work for them. I just printed stuff from my email box. They're just emails about whether we wanted to leave or not. Now, in doing my research, like I keep saying, because new people keep jumping on here, I did find that the American Federation for Government Employees did post questions and answers about these emails, and they weren't sent to us. Thank you. Donkey, would you say? Thank you very much. If you did like and subscribe, feel free to join us at any time. Yeah, it's been a great stream, you guys. We're doing fantastic tonight. I will probably keep it going for a third hour. Usually, I think our longest stream has been a 5-hour stream. I try not to make them too long, but we've had times where some people just keep going. I know we did at least a 4-hour one on New Year's Eve. We were just having fun. We started at I think that was our 5-hour one because we started an hour early and from the East Coast, and I have people on the East Coast of the US, and we were celebrating midnight on every coast and on every time zone. I'm in the Mountain Standard Time Zone, and uh, so we had fun and we did it all the way through the West Coast. We knew that it was already the future in other countries, but it was fun. Um, it was it was a good live stream that night. We've had other 4 hour live streams where we just kind of keep talking and talking and talking. No, you Demon Wolf, I think today you might be the only Canadian, but I have other Canadian followers. I know that for a fact. I have followers from the UK. I have people. What, Lena? Where else do we have people? We have Canada. We have. I've had people, I think, even from Mexico in here because they send Spanish emails to me. I know Puerto Rico, and the good. Even if they send in Spanish, I can speak Spanish. Now I've had. Do you live in Puerto Rico? Okay. Yeah, see, so I can do Spanish because I have people send me messages in Spanish, and yes, I can read them. Now, I've had people from like, I have some people, lots of followers in India, from what I understand, when I look at my stats and my analytics. And I know I even have people in Russia. So, um, I have a pretty good mix of subs, which is cool because we can all meet and talk about something we may all have in common. So I think it's a cool thing. Yeah, I always looking the analytics on my channel kind of tell me who's from where, not who's from where, but uh, how many people we have and how many, the diversity that we have. So it's cool to know that we have our channel is spread out throughout the world, and hopefully we can continue to grow that as the channel grows. Exactly, love, don't hate. That's exactly what we're about here. We're here to be one, to learn about each other. We're not here to hate each other. We're just here to talk. We're here to be friends, and help each other out. Well, I like to do triathlon. I like to run, bike, and swim. I like archery, as you can see that. The arrow, though, does have other significance besides one, my grandfather was into archery, I'm into archery, and there's another meaning behind arrows, you guys. Arrows can stand, and I'm gonna read it. I have a little paper up above my desk, and it says, an arrow can only be shot by pulling it backward. When life is dragging you back with difficulties, it means it's going to launch you into something great. So just focus and keep aiming. Hello everyone, welcome to the stream. Hello Six Dogs, welcome. Please do hit a like and subscribe. Yeah, I found it online. It doesn't have who wrote it or what, but I love it as I have it right above my desk. I printed it out. I may even frame it and then put it up on my wall. My dad was always one to give us messages like that. As I grew up, there was I'm sure I have it buried somewhere. There's a picture frame that he put in my wall. It was by a former UCLA coach, and his name was John Wooden. and it said, failure to prepare is preparing for failure. My dad was full of cliches like that. The other one was, he would always say, if at first you don't succeed, you try again. Another one that I learned, and has to do something that people in the military learn, and I'm not military, I work for people that were in the military. In the military, they're taught that early is on time is late, and late is unacceptable. I've always grown up and I'm always early. As I've grown up, I've always been early to everything. I absolutely dread running late. I'm always early. And I was never military. This was even before I learned that saying. I was always early. In my teens, when I started dating, sure enough, I was always too early, and I would have to do something near my date's house, so I, wouldn't be that early. I would have to park in a random spot or something because I was always like half hour early. I would go near to like a strip mall nearby or something. I never wanted to be late. Hello everyone, welcome to the stream. You're on with Jules. As always, you are a treasure here. Please do drop a like and subscribe to the channel. We are doing fantastic tonight. We have gained 6 new subs tonight. I do want to thank everyone. Thank you everyone for those 16 likes on the channel. If we do make it to 20 in the next 48 minutes, that would be fantastic, but we're happy with what we have here. Remember, on this channel, we welcome everyone. We can have, a good conversation as long as you keep it respectful towards everybody. No disrespect, no hate comments. Please, just be respectful towards each other. I do have some moderators here. I know, well, I have one moderator in here. It is Lena Mystic Mama, and trust me, she's like, sometimes she'll be silent, but she's like a little ninja, and if you do start any hate speech or any bad comments, she will put you in at least a time out. So she does a fantastic job. Hello everyone and welcome to the stream. You're on with Jules. You are a treasure here in Area 5T1. Our main topic tonight was had to do with the deferred resignation that was sent to federal employees. If you have any questions about it, feel free to ask. I myself am a federal employee, so that's how I got my information. Everything I read was right off of documents that were sent to my email at work. Guys, we're doing fantastic tonight. I'm looking at my top 10 emails, or not emails, but live streams in the past few weeks. We right now sit where we would be at, I think, number 8. I think we set, 9. So if we get about another 30, I think we'll make it up to 8 or 7. But I think definitely the whole email controversy brought a lot of people in here. We did have some, we had some great comments and people come in here. as I hear more about it, like I said, like I was saying that um, right now where it stands, um, it is being held up in court so far right now that I know till uh, Monday. Um, but it may change depending on what goes on Monday in court. If you would like to purchase merch, I am going to put the link to my merch store right here in the chat box. We've got lots of different things. We got t-shirts, we have blankets, coffee mugs. We have coffee. So if you want to buy a coffee mug and coffee, that's always a cool thing. A friend of mine just purchased a coffee mug, and he got the first coffee mug off the line, and it came out fantastic. Yes, and you guys, there's a lot of alien merch, and Lena Mystic Mama here did design lots of the artwork. So I do want to thank her for that too. She is fantastic at what she does. I'm going to post another link on here. This is absolute, like, something I did state earlier in my channel that one of the things that I have been doing lately is trying to help warm the homeless. Here in Albuquerque, about 2 weeks ago, we got down to 7 degrees. Cold enough to burst one of the pipes in my apartment. And I was doing some swim practice here in my apartment. That's how much water almost came in here. But thank you for the 17th like, whoever did put that there. Please do subscribe to the channel. So what I've been doing, and some other people I know, we've started what we call Rapture. Now Rapture is with a W, like wrapping a Christmas gift or wrapping like a sandwich. Oh, Cincinnati, how's it going? So what I'm posting here is a link to what we call Rapture 505. 505 is the area code here in Albuquerque. What I've been doing is giving beanies and gloves to the homeless. All right, let me go get an example rather than show this example. Okay, so this is what I've been giving to the homeless people. Day Glow beanie. I got the brightest yellow I can get. The reason I got yellow was, one, it makes them visible at night. Two, it is fleece, so on cold nights it will keep them warm. And I got them gloves. This time around I did buy a batch of, I needed another 36 pairs, and this time I did get mixed colors. I got me, they came in blue, black, and red. I got me my luminary beanie, I call this, because it does have kind of the moon there. I think Lena would love this one. I may have to buy her one. But this is, I call it my luminary beanie, because it kind of does look like the Coro Sigil, which is the church I am helping, and we're doing this for. We are a godless church, so we don't push any Jesus or God talk. We just talk about being nice to people. So the link that's in there, that's a Zephy link. It's just for donations to what money I put forward to, warm these homeless people. Later on, I think what's going to happen I mean, and if people keep donating to it, they'll just go for next year if it starts getting warm. Uh, from what I understand is that the groundhog did say what 6 more weeks of winter, so it may still look cool right now. We are in Cincinnati. You did say it. We did see the 70s during the day, but it's still going to drop down in the 20s later in the week. So I'm going to be, still giving them out. I still have got another 18 pairs of gloves, or 18 more beanies coming, and I have like 30 pairs of 30 sets of these already to go. So by end of it all, so far I will have given out 87. So I mean 87 people will be wearing bright yellow beanies in Albuquerque, and the more donations, the more people that will have them. And that's just so they can be warm at night. Because even if it warms up at night, it gets cold. Remember, we are at an altitude of 5,000 feet here in Albuquerque, so it's still a cold place. So, hello everyone, welcome to the stream. You're on with Jules. As always, you are a treasure here. Please do leave a like and subscribe to the channel. My skin has been getting really dry on my elbows for some reason. So I keep seeming to put on lotion, that's why. Usually it's my hands that are really dry because I wash them so much at work. When you're a nurse, trust me, you'll always have dry hands because you wash them before taking care of the patient, wash them afterwards, wash them before, and it's one patient right after the other. So you're washing them after. And if you don't wash them, you can use hand sanitizer, and hand sanitizer can be very, dry your skin just as bad. So, hello everyone and welcome to the stream. I'm sorry the heater in my house is a little loud. I don't even know why it's turning on because it's been warm. Okay, so we lost the sub. Okay, we're still at 635. Hello everyone and welcome. Feel free to drop a like and subscribe to the channel. As always, you're a treasure here. Anybody wants to, we've already kind of, went over the major topic at the beginning of the channel. If any of you want to review, kind of quick review was that we talked about the deferred resignation that government employees were offered. Remember, if you are a federal employee and have any questions, I will try to answer them. If not, we can go in and answer them. Actually, one of the things I do want to look is up for any updates right now at this time. My last update said that they had held it up in federal court, and that now we have until the 10th to decide whether to do it or not. So yeah, it says judge, let's see, and let's try another one. Trying to find something neutral because let's try BBC. I find BBC can be pretty in the middle. Because I like CNN, then there's other people that'll like a different one. Um, so yeah, first of all, if you look at, I would like to really start learning how to put the article up on here, but it does show people saying stop the coup, um, and that Musk is not president, and okay, so yes, it was. Okay, so here it says so far more than 1% of the workforce has chosen to take part of this, making up between 20 to 40,000 federal workers. So yeah, so far it's only at 20 to 40. I had heard, for some reason I had like 40%, but no, I knew it was 20,000 at least. So yeah, they're saying between 20 to 40. 20 makes it 1%. So yeah, say about 1.5%. Um, they said they were expecting at least 200,000 people to accept. Now, one thing that it says here, it says we were blindsided. Federal workers react to buyout offer. It was blindsiding because like one day you could just go in, open up the email, and it says fork in the road. Do you want to quit? And we'll pay you all the way till September. Yeah, yeah, I know a judge had blocked it. But if you read further into it, no, um, that it's only blocked until the 10th. So, in other words, it's only blocked until Monday evening. So, we have until Monday evening. It's no longer valid. I'm looking at news right now. So, let me see what I find. Wow, the CIA had actually had their extended it to their staff. I had heard about that. Okay, let's hit it. Here it says Judge blocks. No, let's see. Let's go back. We'll go back and we'll look for another article on this. It's a the Washington Post says judge temporarily pauses Trump's administration federal worker buyout program. U.S. District, this is in the Washington Post, does state the U.S. District Judge George A. O'Toole Jr. said the administration could not take further action on the program until a hearing Monday afternoon, when both sides can present more arguments on the case. To comply with the order, the Office of Personnel Management extended the deadline for federal employees to Monday, February the 10th at 11:59 p.m. Eastern Time, according to a post from the agency on X. So right now, there's still going to be a trial about it on Monday, and it's actually nice. I actually heard something kind of in the grapevine that uh, Trump's trying to claim that he can run another term because I know he's already, this will make it 8 years for him, and the number of years you can run is, or be president is 8, but he's saying that it's 8 consecutive, but that's not true. Uh, I heard about that, but that's not true. The only way someone can be president more than 8 years, so let's just talk hypothetical here, okay? So say in the last presidency, Biden wasn't doing that well health-wise. If he would have died, say, 2 years into his presidency, Kamala would have become president. And then, if she would have won the election, and then she could have run for another election and she could have been president for 10 years. That you can be president for 2 terms total, but if you're president because, the death of another president, yes, you can have 2 other terms. I happened to read that one time. Yeah, there's been protests already at Capitol Hill, or at whatever. I know that there's been protests for many other things. I did watch one, and I think there was one on Capitol Hill, and in fact, Raskin was talking about it. I think Raskin's a fantastic person. Even when I was very Republican, I thought Raskin was a great talker. He did great in the January 6th trials. I think the guy's fantastic. I think, what is he, a senator? The guy does a great job. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what happened to Antifa. What happened to NFAC? I mean, let's find out what happened to Antifa. I mean, I haven't seen anything about Antifa lately. I haven't seen. Remember good old, what did he call himself? Leader of NFAC. Okay, Antifa is a left-wing fascist. Yeah, I know. And that's the thing, that there'll always be groups out there that'll be for or against the government. Um, and you don't have to be an organization. I mean, um, a specific organization, look at the group Anonymous. They're a big group, obviously they're a group of hackers, but there's no organization in their group. People can go and leave as they please, but you know, there's no hierarchy in it. Um, like my friend, like me, I'm a member of a church for atheists and agnostics. My friend is what he calls himself is the first herald, but we have no scripture. We have we recognize that many things should be recognized. We have the 12, it's, but we have a fun time, and we don't follow, like I said, we don't follow scripture. When we give talks, we give it about random things. Like I talked about the significance of arrows. Yeah, Lena. Yeah, you have a good night. Um, yeah, me, I am probably gonna hop off in the next 25 minutes. Sorry if I kept you up. Uh, but you're always fantastic to have in here, Lena. You're a great mod. You know that. Everyone say good night to Lena, the the goat of mods, the greatest of all time. Please do leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Thank you for the 18th like, whoever just hit that like. We're almost to 20. I think our highest has been like 30. Um, our first goal is always to hit 10, and then we slowly work our way up to whatever we can. We do it in increments of 5. So right now our goal would be 20. So we want 2 more likes. If you do join us in here, yeah, we do live streams. For live streams, I always try to do them on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I will do one Tuesdays also. Usually on Tuesdays, I used to film a video. I would call it Transition Tuesday because I would give updates on my transition. But now I'm starting to do more streams. Streams tend to get a lot of hits. In fact, though, I probably will be filming a video after this. After I finish this live stream, I will continue on the bite model of authoritarian control. And what the bite model is, for those of you that don't know, there was a gentleman, his name, he's I believe a psychologist, Dr. Stephen Hassan, and he developed a model to determine if you're in a high demand group or high demand religion. It could even be a cult. Now, I've done 3 of the 4 parts of the bite model. So far, it's been the bit model on mine, and basically, I've broken it down. Now, each part of the bite model has sub categories, and within those subcategories, it might have other, pieces to it. So, what you have to do is, if you're in a religion or a high demand group, I mean, it could be like Amway or any MLM you're in, really you can put it into the bite model and then see if it is high demand. Ask yourself each question in the bite model, and you could probably find that many organizations are. I'm breaking it down for the Mormon Church. I used to be a member of the church, and I have now deconstructed. I am now an atheist. I don't believe in God, and I do belong to a church, but it's a church for atheists. But I am breaking down the bite model, and now, for example, right now the Mormon Church has, has like 100%. I would say 99.9% hit just about every point. Now, there's been like 3 in the behavioral control in the B of the bite model that it didn't hit, but it's hit on the intellectual control, on the information control, and the thought control. It's hit 100%. It's batting 1,000 those 2, and then in behavioral control, it's lots of hits on that one. So yeah, it's always a good thing to do if you are of what you think is a high control group, high demand religion, high demand organization. So you can watch my videos on that. Uh, I will try to link them at the end of the channel. I actually have uh, a playlist called High Demand Religion Organization / Cult because I'm talking about the Mormon Church. Um, so, um, like I said, I'm a former member. My my paperwork has gone into Salt Lake to be taken out of the records, and, and that's that. Um, Other things I do talk about, like I said, I talk about my transition. I also talk about trucks. I enjoy working on trucks. If someone else was asking about my hobbies, another thing is I love working on trucks. Now, right now, I haven't gotten a lot of time. I'm kind of finishing up on the stereo system. I have a 2008 Nissan Xterra that I purchased recently, and it um, I am doing a resto mod, um, and basically the resto mod is basically what it says. I'm restoring it and I'm modifying it. So I am finding everything. There is lots of flaws to it, but yet I'm trying to um, fix them, modify them. Hopefully by the end of it, what it will have is a Nissan Titan axle swap lift. We'll be adding some Nissan Titan axles, Nissan Titan transfer case, and we'll lift it enough to fit some 35-inch tires. So I will probably regear the differentials and probably put a nice heavy duty clutch in it. I think it's probably going to be doing yeah, it's a manual transmission, so yeah, it's probably, it's got 280,000 miles, so it probably needs a new clutch. I don't ride it that much, even though I live in a hilly area. I know how to control that clutch. Hello everyone and welcome to the stream. Looks like people are starting to fade out from here. So what I am going to start doing is I am going to start closing up the channel or the stream because it seems people are as always, I do like to end my stream by saying, if you ever find yourself in a crisis, if you're feeling down, depressed, or hopeless, sad, angry, or confused, if you worried about yourself or someone else's you know basically a mental state, if you are a veteran and have any concerns, worried about any drug or alcohol use, or just feel like you need to talk to someone, unload, please do dial 988. This is the National Crisis Line. Yes, this card does have the state of New Mexico drawn on it, but I live in New Mexico and I grabbed this at work at the VA. If you are a veteran, dial 988 and press 1. I have at least one vet on here, and she says it has helped her many of times. So please do use the 988 crisis line. The UK, I believe, is 112. Also, the last thing I always like to say on my stream is, please, if you are going to transition, please, first of all, go to a gender therapist, someone that will help you sit down and talk about how you're feeling, and see about your diagnosis and what is going on, and they can give you that diagnosis of gender dysphoria, if you do have gender dysphoria, they will, usually suggest that you go get your hormone replacement therapy, your HRT, um, and they can suggest someone in the area. Always, do your research. You can always look it up. Um, it's it's very important, that you do speak with a therapist at first. I found it eye-opening when I did. Um, so, please do. Second of all, along those lines, I do want to say, if you are on hormone replacement therapy or starting on it, please do not take someone else's medications. Please do seek help from a medical professional that will prescribe them to you. Uh, I've seen people take other people's medications and have had very, very bad side effects. Um, I've been ER nurse and seen some very bad things happen because people took someone else's prescribed medications. You have to be taking the right drug at the right time at the right dose, uh, for the right patient through the right route. And so it's very, very important that you don't take other people's prescribed medications. Uh, you never know what they're going to give you, and you can have adverse if events. So I do want to thank you. Remember, I'm Jules. All of you are my treasures. You are in Area 5T1, and have a good night. Really enjoyed this conversation. If you have any questions, and see if I have the answer to about the government deferred resignation program, I I have my paper trail here from um, that, and I can try to get answers off of that. If not, uh, we can try to look them up together. So just feel free to drop a like, a comment down below. Do subscribe to the channel. We're growing slowly. Have a good night, and thank you.